Lele from 7 and welcome to another academic year. How are you? Hope you're doing fine from wherever you're tuning in from. My name is Gassi Prescott and will be assisting you in this English course for this year. I know it was a rocky start for us this year from the Tonga and Ha'apai volcanic eruptions to this COVID pandemic, but we thank God for His provisions and plans. This year, we will change things for the better and hopefully fun for all of us. Everything that you used to learn in the classroom, we will transfer it to fit in this screen. Remember, English is compulsory in this level, and if you want to be qualified for Form 7, you have to pass English and your other 3 base subjects. So this year, we have a team that will help you with your learning this year. We have Leiko Kafusi now and Dalaifina Punyani Vaya, and we'll have our contacts below for you to contact us during working hours if you're going to call us or email us anytime if you have any questions. Leiko will outline our text requirements and Fina will break down our assessment for this year. So you better stay tuned. And anything else you want to know will be uploaded in this Moodle.
Hi everyone, my name is Leiko Kafusi and I will be giving you an outline of the course you'll be taking this year. The text of course will be provided for you in this Moodle. For this year, you will be required to study poetry, short story, and film study. This year, we will introduce new short stories for you to explore and get you geared up for further studies and for those interested in literature and language. There are 3 strands: language for social interaction, which is multimedia, language for information, which is analysis of text, and language for response and expression, which is literature. You will be given text to be analyzed and we will guide you through it this term. For literature, you will be required to study the works of Ebeli Hauofa, which are The Winding Road to Heaven, Paths to Glory, and Old Wine in New Bottles. We will also be studying Catherine Mansfield, The Garden Party, and Frank Sargison, A Great Day. For poetry, we will be looking at Wilfred Owen, Dulce et Decorum Est, an Anthem for Doomed Youth. We will also be looking at Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken, and William Shakespeare's Sonnet 18. Last but not the least, we'll be looking at Stephen Chbosky's film Wonder. Remember to take time to read these works and do the activities given, and we hope that you will enjoy the selection of literature chosen for you this year.
Hello boys, I hope you're all doing well and that you're enjoying your time from home. Now, I know you're dying to know your work for this year, and I know you can't wait to see us and join our classes, but unfortunately for now, we cannot do that. And since we are working from home, I hope that this little talk will help you with your preparation for this year's work. I know that this type of working is a little bit different because we cannot monitor your work closely where we can't see you face to face, but let's hope that this will somehow change later and that we'll get to see you guys again for this. Otherwise, after this presentation, if you have anything to ask, you'll have to contact us on the contact details that will be given later, so that we may be able to answer questions that you may have. Okay, let's talk about assessments, and I think that's a part that I was supposed to talk to you about. Let's talk about your assessments this year. If you had listened to the radio lesson, I have covered there your assessments for this year. But let me go back and talk to you about this with hope that this time it will be clearer to you, and also it will help those who did not listen into the radio to have this information. Now this year, there are 2 components of assessments that you're going to be covering in your English for Form 7 this year. Firstly, your internal assessment, which is 30%, and your external assessment, which is 70%. Your internal assessment, or what you know as your coursework, will be 30%, and this is the total score that is given for your internal assessment, which will add together with your 70% from your exam to make up your final results at the end of the year. In this particular component, you are required to complete 2 tasks. You are required to complete 2 tasks. Task 1 is going to be an interview script. This interview script is going to be 12 scores or 12 marks. And in this task, you are to prepare an interview between you and an interviewer on a selected topic from a list that will be given to you for you to choose from. What you're expected to collect as your final draft is a script or a written document that has all the details of the interview that had taken place between you and the interviewer, which should record the whole interview from the beginning to the end. The topics, as I've said, will be given out, but at the moment we can't give you that yet because the writers from CDU are still working on that, and once they are ready, they will be given for you and for you to select your topics for your interview in order to start working on your interview script. Please note that for this task, we're going to be covering the topic of interview first in class to make sure that you know what an interview is and all the elements of the interview before you complete this task. So it is therefore important that you take note of all the things that's going to happen inside this model, because we're going to try our best to teach you the interview course before you choose your topic from the list that's going to be given from the CDU writers, and for you to choose your topic to start writing your interview script. Now for task 2, your task 2 for this year is going to be a research project. That research project is going to be 18 scores or 18 marks. In this task, you are given various topics, again, of which are not ready yet, but once they are ready, you're going to be given those topics. And from those topics, you're going to choose one to make a plan and write a research proposal. And this research proposal needs to be approved by us, your teachers, first, before you begin working on the research itself. It is advised that when this topic comes on, you need to have your proposal ready before you do the actual research itself. So during our sessions or in the work that's going to be provided for you in the Moodle, there's going to be certain times when we're going to try and cover the essential elements of the research before you begin, in order for you to understand what you're doing before you get to start working on that research on your topic that you are selecting for your research. For instance, in the Moodle, we're going to run with you what a research is, what the research would look like. We're going to have a skeleton of the things that should be inside the research. For example, what to have in your cover page. You should have a topic and title. There should be a table of content. There should be an introduction, a place where you have your objectives, your rationales, and so forth, up until to the conclusion. But like I said, we're going to run those during the Moodle session. Right, so for 7, it is anticipated that after completing the research project, you're supposed to have mastered the skill of writing a research proposal, collecting information from different sources, selecting and analyzing those materials or data that you've collected, compiling an information report, and also to reference your work. So that's all there is on your internal assessment. Please remember there's 2 internal assessments. The first one is interview script, and the last one is your research project. Now, for your second kind of assessment or second form of assessment, it's called external assessment, which is 70% of the total marks. Your external assessment is your external examination. That's your national exam at November this year, which you should know because you set this in Form 6 last year. For your national exam, and this is just pre-introduction into what you're going to be doing in your classes this year in Moodle. There's 2 sections for your paper this year. Section 1 is analysis of text, And section 2 is response to text. And if you're listening carefully to the introduction that was made by Gyasi and Leiko, there's all these different things that you're going to be covering this year, including your analysis of text and the different types of text that you're going to be studying this year for short stories, for poetry, as well as for film study. Now, the details of these tools will be given with details, lots and lots of details and works and so forth in the Moodle. But just introduction to this, your section 1, your analysis of text, requires you to read and study 2 pieces of text. And these 2 pieces of text will be given in the first section of your exam paper. It requires you to do close reading, and by close reading, it doesn't mean that you take a book and put it close to your face so you can read it closely. Rather, it means that you're going to be given 2 pieces of text to read and study them carefully and analyze the features that help the text communicate its ideas. More on this will be given in the Moodle, but this is just introduction to what you're going to be expecting in your external examination. For section 2, that's a response to text. This section is where you're going to write a response to a topic on a particular genre or text type studied in class. And these text types, like Leiko had told you before, this year you're going to be doing short stories, going to be doing poetry, and also film study. So for this section, you're going to write 2 responses to text, 2 essays that is, and these 2 essays are going to be from 2 different genres. For example, if you're writing 1 essay on a short story, your second essay should be either on poetry or the film study. The particular genres that we've selected for you is for you to show your understanding of the ideas and the techniques through analysis and discussion of the text in your written response. So basically from 7, this is what you're supposed to be doing this year. So I hope that this little short introduction is giving you a brief overview of what you're going to be expecting to do, both for your internal assessment as well as your end of year exam for this year. Now, I hope that you're going to take time to browse our Moodle. There's lots and lots of different activities and lots of different things for you to watch and for you to analyze and for you to do a lot of different things. So hopefully you're going to enjoy them. Take time, ensure that you do them, give us your feedback, and do your exercises on the Moodle. So we're going to give you your feedback and see how you do. And let's hope that this year you're going to take the challenge on and do good. Thank you from 7.
Leiko, are you ready?
Ready.
Frida, are you ready?
Ready.
Are you ready? Let's do this.
Stay safe.
Be diligent.